Howdy all Muglox Lives. I think it's time to play a little Ark Extinction. Alright. So I am back over here still trying to get those pearls. I just do not have the pearls I need. So I figured I would get out here and do a little more scrounging. Oh, I could use that corrupted hearts maybe a little bit more. Oop, I just threw fire fingers out on the ground. Every time I say that, I think of like chicken fingers or something. Oh man, I threw my fire fingers. I don't know why I needed an accent, but brand new from Taco Bell. Would Taco Bell have that? Probably needed those sauropod bones too. Brand new from Taco Bell. Super hot, spicy fire fingers. Seven. That is a long cry from what I need. So I did get my dude here is fully leveled. So he topped out at 101. He's a level 101 enforcer. I actually put the last couple of levels into speed. Make him nice and fast. He was being outdistanced by by my Managammer. Alright, I don't want to hang out here too much. I really need to get some metal too while I'm at it, so... Oh, what's this here? What we got hanging out down here? Nothing. Tricked me. Tried to get me eaten. Alright, let's run back. I'm just gonna get some metal, because I still need a whole nother load of metal, and I passed a bunch of metal rocks on the way, so I figure if I snag old Anky from home, I can bring him out here. I'm trying to get some supplies that I need. Still trying to get the bits together to make this. You know, it's terrible how much raw resources go into making this stuff. Although, as we discussed, this is not a game designed for people to actually play. This is a game designed for entire servers to grind through. Yeah. Yeah, it was a super long and busy couple of weeks here, and then came down with the stomach flu, which I still am not over. Like, I'm over the stomach part, not over the flu part. I am still exhausted and achy, and I don't like it. It makes me cranky. I was at work today, and I was doing pretty good. Got up in the morning, I felt okay. I ate breakfast. Every time I eat, my stomach feels a little weird, but okay, I'm okay. Doing good. And man, got about 2 in the afternoon, and I was like, oh, that's it. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I can't move. My neck hurts. My elbows hurt. Unbelievably, my elbows hurt. I'm so tired. So tired. Oh, I forgot about you, kitty. Okay, you... You need to come with me. Come with me. Make sure you can get anything important. Flint. Nope. Okay. Let's go. Let's go get some metal. So I had a couple of stories I wanted to tell here. While we're doing this. So earlier this week, Saturday, a couple of months ago, half my TV started turning black. And but if I turned the power setting for the picture down, like, you know, vivid, bright, normal, sport, you know, that kind of stuff. If I turn it down to a setting called low power, then it stops. And so I forgot, because low power didn't look that different to me. And so I wasn't too worried about it. And oh man, this guy is so fast. Yeah, that was not a metal rock. I didn't realize how fast this guy was. I would have just brought him. He's fast like the wind. Oh, your storage must be so large. You're so fast. It's so weird. You know, these guys need like a sense for metal rocks. That would be cool. Like, you push a button and it smells it. And anyway, so I buy this TV, and I heard them talking about wanting a TV for someone to use as a gaming TV. Now the TV that I got because I use my TV as my monitor, and when I'm working, I need to make sure that my TVs are going to be there, because I use both. I have two TVs that I use as side-by-side monitors, and so I can't have that go out in the middle of the work week, because I just won't have time in the middle of the week to go to get a new TV. And so I went last Sunday. Not that it was at the point where it needed to be replaced, because I just turned the setting down and it stopped turning half black, half not black over and over, you know? And so I'm like, okay, alright, we got this. And so I get a new TV, and I'm like, okay, so I heard you guys say you need a new TV. For gaming purposes, this will probably work until you get one. It's on its way out, but it could go out in a week. It could take a year, for all I know. You know, so somebody might as well get use out of it. I can't risk it because I use it for work. And I mean, what are you out if your video game television goes down? You know, some game time. I mean, not that that wouldn't be annoying, but it wouldn't be like, oh man, I now have to work on Saturday because I missed a whole day because I had no TV and I had to go get a new TV, right? And I don't have any monitors. I haven't owned a monitor in years, like 15 years. I haven't had a monitor separate from my television. And so yeah, and I'm like, hey, so I got a new TV. Do you want the other one? And like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And I'm like, well, it's the broken one. So, I mean, I don't know how great it'll be, but and so they come over, and I'm like, so you want that TV? And they're like, can we pick it up a week from now? I'm like, okay. It's just that we're in a car. I'm like, it'll fit in the back seat. Well, there's two of us. Is one of you riding in the back seat? Well, I just don't know if I want to pick it up right now. I'm like, well, we can carry it out and put it in the car for you. I really don't want it just sitting on my floor. Nope, sure enough, they wouldn't take it. Sat here for a week. They finally took it today. No, actually, he wanted to wait till today, and then he didn't even come over. And so one of us was headed in that general direction, not exactly like 30 miles out of their way, but in that general direction. And so yeah, man, you know, when I came through here with my enforcer earlier, I came across like 7 big patches of what I thought were metal rocks. And now I'm on this guy, I can't find them. Can't find them. How much did I pick up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16. So we're at 1,600. And I need like 5,000 for the one thing. So that's just one of like 4 or 5 things I need to build. Ooh, look at you. Face the super, Anky. Oh man, I got some airtime on that kill. Yeah. But, oh man. And then the other story I wanted to tell. So I've got a cell phone, right? I'm not an adopter of the cell phone technology. It just didn't happen. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. The only time I ever felt like I wanted a cell phone was like when the weather was bad. I thought it would be nice to have one while I'm driving, and just in case. And but I never got one. And so well, when I started this job, I have to have one for work. I have to have one for work. And I have never taken a phone call on it. Ever. That's not true. That's not true. I did take a phone call on it. Somebody called me and told me that I had just called them. And I told them it wasn't me, and they said, well, it was this number. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, because it wasn't me. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they hung up. And that's the only phone call I have ever answered on this phone, ever. And so I don't use it. I mean, I use it for work, but work is all web-based stuff, emails and reports and stuff like that. And so so the other day, I get an email, or no, I got a phone call. Right, I didn't get no. There was a phone call that probably should have gone to me, but did not. Can you move a little? Yeah, there you go. And so I'm once again, I get out of bed and I go to work. And somehow, me getting out of bed and going to work translates into going back to bed to the people that live here. And so, uh, I guess they took a phone call. Oops, I didn't want to transfer that. I want to drop it on the ground. And somebody wanted to talk to me. And I'm like, okay. Or I go upstairs and they're like, yeah, so, guy's trying to get a hold of you. He wants to know how to contact you. And I'm like, why didn't you just tell me he was on the phone? And he's like, well, 'cause he hung up before I could get inside. And I'm like, I'm sitting next to the phone. Like, I knew he called, but usually they don't call to talk to me. And so I knew that somebody from that house had called. And they usually, like 99.9% of the time, are not calling to talk to me. And so I didn't answer the phone. But they also didn't leave a message on the answering machine, so I'm like, what do you mean they hung up before you were outside? Because there was no message on the answering machine. So who talked to them then? Well, I did. Well, what do you mean then that they hung up before you came inside? I don't know, they just ended the conversation. But you didn't have the phone outside, did you? Well, no. I don't understand how this conversation works then, because if they hung up before you could get inside, and yet you didn't have the phone outside, and you talked to them, was there some quantum entanglement cloning going on or something? Because you can't be both outside and inside and answering the phone and not able to talk to them all at the same time. Anyways, and so it's like, well, he wants somebody to contact you other than the telephone. I'm like, okay. And so then I come downstairs and I see my phone is flashing. Now I do get text messages occasionally, and I see I've got some text messages from someone at that house, and they're like, yeah, the guy, he wants your cell phone number so he can contact you. I'm like, alright, I just got through the conversation saying he didn't want to call me, so would he prefer my email address, because I don't really use this phone other than work. And, like right now, I've reached the weekend. I probably won't pick that phone back up until Monday when I go to work. So I don't think that phone is probably the best way to contact me. And so I'm like, here's my email address. You had my email address. He at one point had my email address. Don't understand what the deal is. And so what had happened was this. The guy is here from out of state, and he's staying at that other house. And he asked me last week if he could borrow a laptop. And I said, no. Because I have never owned a laptop, so it's a little difficult. He's like, you don't own a laptop? I'm like, dude, I don't go anywhere. Every job I've ever had was in a computer lab of some kind, or was here on my home desktop. At what point would I need a laptop? Well, no, you're just into computers. I figured you'd have one. I don't need a laptop. I never bought a laptop. I play video games. I need a desktop that I can upgrade, not a laptop that gets hot and can't run the latest and greatest games without costing me 7 times as much as really good desktop. So, no. No laptop. Sorry. Okay, I guess I'll figure something out. So then he emails me. So I was wondering if I could borrow a desktop. I'm like, And then I get a text message from my sister, and she's like, hey, they're texting me from the other house. They really need to contact you. Here's that guy's phone number. He wants your cell phone number so he can text you. I'm like, no, it's not happening. I'm like, I'll look. I'm like, I can't do it today, but I will look. I don't own a desktop that anybody can borrow. I literally have not purchased a monitor other than the ones I am currently using in over 15 years. I say 15 years. It may have been longer than that. I don't remember. Because I don't know when I stopped using a regular computer monitor. When did flat screens come out? Because it wasn't long after flat screens came out. I purchased one flat screen monitor, and I thought, this is stupid. I would rather sit in my recliner and game than sit in a chair and stare at a 19-inch flat screen when I can stare at my 32-inch flat screen from a recliner rather than my regular chair. All right, and because I didn't have like a reclining chair or anything, just a padded office chair. Like sits at a table, not like something people sit in an office with. And so I was like, yeah, no, I'm done with that. And so I think my sister actually, no, you know what? I think that monitor finally died, but my sister was using that for years, that monitor. And yeah, anyways, that's a tangent about monitors, I guess. But yeah, and the dude just keeps emailing me about stuff now. I'm like, man. I just don't know what to tell you, man. I ain't got nothing. Got nothing. I actually started recording this and then got a bunch of texts from my sister. Because they went on vacation. And apparently forgot to set the recording for the soccer game in the morning. Oh man, can't miss that soccer game because actually I believe texted me last week to set the recording for the soccer game and then didn't actually watch it. Instead just managed to get the score on his cell phone and then just be like, oh, I don't even want to watch that game now. I saw the highlights and caught the score. Why did you bother me then to make me do? What is wrong with you people? That was my nephew. He came downstairs earlier and he was like, why don't we have any internet? I'm like, pretty sure we have internet. He's like, nope, I don't have any internet on the PlayStation. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not getting any error messages here or anything about there not being internet. Did you try asking Alexa if there's internet? He's like, I'll go check. And so he runs up and he comes back and he's like, she has internet. PlayStation does not have internet. I'm like, well, it sounds like a PlayStation problem then, doesn't it? He's like, like, I don't tell you, man. And then I got another text from my sister. The television upstairs isn't working. Can you please go look at it? Come on. Come on, people. I just got done with work. I'm going to record my ARC video. And then I think I'd like to just veg out a little bit. I don't want to go fix a bunch of stuff. Alright, so let's look at what we got. Oops, that's not the right button. Let's look at what I gotta have here for the upcoming builds. Alright, I want to know how much metal I need to have just to get started here. So I want... nope, that's a grenade. Where is the little mech thingy? Where is the mech? 91. So I need 1,000 metal ingots for that. That's not so bad. Alright. So that's not what I wanted to do. So 1,000 metal ingots on that guy. And then I swear I'm going to need both the generator and the thing. So the generator is 2,400, so that's 3,400 ingots, and the tech replicator is 5,000, so I need 8,400 ingots of metal. 8,400. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Actually, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5-ish. We'll say that's 5. 30 times 200 is 6,000. Is that right? Wow, maybe I already have enough metal here with what I brought in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's gonna be close. Wow. I want to say that's gonna come out to about 8,200 ingots when that's all done. So I just need a little bit more. And then polymers. I am making regular polymers because they stack in hundreds, as you can see, from the obsidian that I've been gathering slowly. But the big drawback, obviously, are those black pearls. Because I have 170, and with 170, I can make the tech generator, which takes 120, but that only leaves me 50, and I need 150 for the replicator, and I think I need like 25 for the mech. Yeah. But, getting there. It's a slow process. A very, very slow process. I need to go out and find a higher level Rex or something and see if I can't tame that down. But that is a process for another day. So click like or like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one. I'll talk to you later.